Hey everybody, it's Tom and Cindy with Hudson Milk. So we wanted to make sure that we put out some communication to you, our customers, about the coronavirus and the impact it's having on us. And we wanted to break it down to basically two categories. We want to talk about our plans and procedures for our deliveries and disinfecting. And we also wanted to talk about our supply chain and our product availability. So the first thing we want to talk about is how we actually make our deliveries, how we have been doing deliveries. Our drivers are fairly autonomous. They come in, they load up in the middle of the night, and they go out and do their routes. There's not much overlap with the drivers, so they're not really interacting with each other. Once they're out on the road, it's a pickup and drop off. They're not interacting with the customer at that time of night. When they come back to the yard, they're wiping down their vans with disinfecting wipes. They have hand sanitizer, they're using gloves. We have props.
Hand sanitizer, homemade. Disinfectant spray.
Some microban. So we're doing our part to mitigate any risk with any spread of germs that way. If in the event a driver becomes sick, we're going to talk about rerouting some deliveries, making some alternative plans that might include some daytime deliveries, depending on how many people get sick. Right now, everybody's healthy, has remained healthy, and we don't anticipate any issues with that.
I just would like to add that we do have one driver who's a floater. So if one of our regular drivers were to go out sick and need to be off the road, we do have one driver ready to step in and take over. And then, worst case, if there's more than one driver who's out, then Tom and I would be able to deliver during the day, or perhaps we could shuffle some routes and deliveries around onto other routes.
Yeah, so we'd figure out the logistics here, but we do have plans, some contingency plans in place for that. The other thing we want to talk about is the supply chain. We've been fortunate. We've been in contact with our farms and our suppliers. There's really been no impact right now and no foreseeable impact of the supply. With that said, we have experienced a tremendous amount of growth just today. And we may have potential for some shortages of some products coming up just because of the sheer demand and what we forecast up to this point. We're in the middle of a farm cycle with the deliveries, being that it's a weekend now. We forecast through Monday right now. We did that forecasting on Wednesday afternoon. So anything in the hopper at that point, we have a formula that we use to forecast so that we'd have enough product to go through Monday. With the influx of business that we're seeing right now, most of it is front-loaded to the beginning of the week. What may happen is we may be short some products, but it's also going to be...
Need help?
Yeah.
So with regards to forecasting, we forecast based on the orders that are in the system. And as a customer, you have until 10 a.m. the day prior to delivery to update your order. So we always try to forecast more than what we're showing in the system in the event that someone adds on up until the deadline to make changes. But you also should be aware that we hate food waste. Right? So we don't over order. That's one of the things we try, and it's not a perfect science. It's really difficult to predict the future and predict what demand is going to be. So that said, the one way that you can help us make sure that we keep products in stock is by placing your orders further ahead than you normally would, especially if you're a Monday or a Thursday delivery.
Yeah.
If you could try to get your orders in by just as early as possible.
Just as early as possible. And if it's going to be a consistent thing, keep it as a recurring order, so that way we can forecast that in. Last thing that we want to do right now is short anybody products. We understand that stores are running out of product. We have ample supply, so these are isolated things that we're talking about. We may run out of produce items. We may run out of a couple of different types of milk because of the demand. That doesn't mean that the cows are drying up or there's not enough milk. It's just that we don't have it on hand. And that may also play into how we alter a delivery schedule. Just because we don't have it overnight, we might be getting a delivery the next day. So we might make some changes. We're not going to short anybody if we don't have to.
So one thing that I do want to encourage you, emails is really important. A lot of our communication to you will be via email. So if you have it, especially if you have a Gmail account, please make sure that our emails from info are landing in your primary tab, not your promotions tab, and that you're seeing them, because I don't want somebody to miss an update to a delivery schedule.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Oh, and to new customers, message for new customers.
Thank you.
Thank you so
for
much.
signing up.
We're happy you found us.
We're going to do our best to get you everything that we can, but
this is uncharted territory for everybody, and it's not the way a business responds to what we're dealing with today. It's not a one size fits all approach, and flexibility in a time like this is key, and we're trying to be as flexible as we possibly can, and we appreciate your flexibility while we work together. Right now we all have to work together. So
and that's what it's all about. We are all in this together, and we're going to do our best. We're going to come out all right.
Yes. So be well, and thank you so much for supporting our farmers and producers. We really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.